It's happening. Like, I don't even know how bad. I mean, I feel so bad, dude. I read stuff and I'm just like, are you guys kidding? Like, okay, did you read the new article? I put a video out just a little while ago for Wedbush.
No.
So Wedbush, if they're traditionally known to be short sellers on GameStop. They don't like GameStop. They give them a price target of $6, whatever it may be. So anytime Michael Pachter gets in front of a camera, he speaks bad about GameStop.
Okay.
So he does an article today. It was yesterday, I think, with Alicia Reese, who puts a price target on AMC over the last couple of years. She's at $2, $3 a share. That's her price point. And they come out and they go, yeah, well, AMC is going to be able to now pay off all their debt with the share offerings they're doing, and they're going to become profitable. They put out this article yesterday. And that's if they can maintain a $9 per share price point and sell off the 400 million shares that are available to them. Now, let me tell you guys something. This is the part where they're leveraging you out. It's called the leverage buyout. When I remember, I have all the I have the whole playbook, right, for private equity. They come in, they plant their seeds, and now they leverage you out. And the way you leverage out is you dilute the float, and then you reverse stock split it right behind it. But the dilution of the float was not a vehicle that you were involved with. It was ape. And, I don't use the word raped. I use aped. You got aped. So
that's
the way it works.
Point.
Oh yeah. So watch. They took you didn't want to dilute your float, so they diluted 1 billion shares. And now they reverse stock split it and convert it. And he's going to offer 25 million shares, like a taste, little drug. 25 million shares is what they're going to do. And you don't know who's buying that, but that's almost 20% of the company. And someone's going to offer it. And they think it's going to the public, like, open market. No, guys. I'm going to explain something to everybody, and I want people to know this part. When you're a distressed credit investor, okay, and that's what you call short hedge funds. They give out money to companies that are distressed. They need money. They have it in the bylaws, in the books, in the fine writing. You can't do anything without their approval. They're the bondholders. You don't have the cash. So when they suspend the covenants, they know exactly. You want to know why they deployed shares to Mudrick? Because Mudrick held the bonds. Do you know why they deployed shares to Silver Lake? Because Silver Lake held the bonds. Do you know why they gave shares to Antera? Because Antera held the bonds. Who do you think they're giving 20% of this company to? They have to agree to sell it to someone, and Adam Aaron doesn't get to pick who, because he doesn't run this company.
No, he does not.
That's the truth. It's going to happen this way. You're going to get leveraged, and it's at 25 million shares. So when Michael Pachter comes out there and says, all they have to do is do this, and they're going to sell off their debt, that's just to keep retail in it. It's false hope. It's to keep you there, because guess who's shorting it? He is, and everyone else. The whole damn world is shorting this stock right now because you can't stop it. Antera, when Ape converted, right? Ape came out, it got distributed to everybody. Antera didn't buy Ape until they shorted it themselves for 4 months. They knocked it all the way down to 60 cents, walked in, got a pipe deal, and took the company. That's called a leverage.
They made a profit on the way up.
It's a leverage buyout. It's an LBO, guys. Go Google it, go look it up, and this is how you get out of your company. So here's the best part for Adam Aaron, though. He doesn't have to answer to it. He's going to get leveraged out. We needed the money, we needed the cash, we got to go, and he's going to get moved out, but he's going to get a golden parachute on the way out. There's no way they last this long.
What's this AMC right here? Somebody just put AMC cost to borrow 84%. 0 AMC shares available to borrow. AMC cost to borrow max is like 1.06 AMC threshold. 36 days. After the threshold is 35 days. Shorts forced to cover all the FTDs. No. Let's go AMC. That is, I'm sorry, I don't know the name. I don't want to try the name, but that's a pipe dream right there. That's definitely not true.
That's not factually correct. That's completely wrong. They're reading all the key trigger words that people push out in front of them. They don't cover. Okay, they don't cover. They don't close. They do none of the above. When people see shares on the FTD list, I want people to know this part, because I hate it. I hear it every day. First, let's do cost to borrow. Let's cross that road. Cost to borrow is increased. To all you guys out there, market makers increase the cost to borrow because they know you're going to borrow it. Okay, it's not that it's difficult to find. It's none of the above. When you see a cost to borrow go up, guys, be very aware that they know you're going to borrow it. So you're going to short it anyway, and they're going to pay the price to do it, but it's an annualized cost to borrow. It's annualated, so you don't have to pay that full amount this week, that month. They're paying fractions of what it is to cost to borrow. So for guys to think that this is going to cripple a short or it's so hard to borrow, it's none of the above. They're getting paid a premium initially up front. They'll return it back to them after the conversion and after the stock falls down. Now, when do they deliver your shares? The same thing. They're going to wait for this dilution to complete. There's going to be so many shares out there at a cheaper price in a week or two than there is today. They don't have to. They can let it sit on threshold. You know, if you invested money just based off of what's on the threshold list, Mike, then guess what we do? We go print up the damn reg show list every night, and we just buy those companies moving forward. And that's everybody. Because guess what? They're going to deliver the shares, and then they're going to go up because they're going to close it. No, that's the stupidest. It's unreal. It doesn't work that way.
One of the things that I did almost to that, and I'll say one of my fault, I used to look at one of the most shorted companies, and I'm like, oh, let me put some money into those. That's not how you make money.
The most shorted company in the world is Apple. Like, when people figure that out, it's the most shorted company in the world, and that's because there's 17 billion shares.
Thanks, right? PVV. He says, for speaking of the truth, we're both shields. He's good. He's messing around, though. He's messing around.
Oh, yeah. No, it's cool, man. I know. They're all good. And that's why he says that means nothing. So without a doubt, when they started listing all this, this percentages and all that, I learned from a short. I actually I interviewed a short seller, and he told me straight to my face, he goes, Marantz, when you see a cost to borrow increase, he's like, they're shorting it. He's like, that's the only reason why they're increasing the cost to borrow. He's like, because they know they're going to get the price that they're asking for, and people are going to do it anyway. So it's really simple for me. But as far as what's going to happen next, I mean, come on, Mike. It's about to be bad. About to be real bad.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question here. Is what do you have to say? I mean, I've already went over this, but to everybody that thinks that when Adam Aaron gets money, he's going to pay off debt. I mean, do you think
that's not what he said?
No, these are people are saying this. A lot of people are saying this, that when he gets money, he's going to pay off debt. I've seen a couple of tweets, and this is something that I'm shadow banned on Twitter right now, by the way, so I can't, tweet or even say anything.
Oh, I don't even tweet, really.
Yeah, I know. I see you pop in every once in a while. But someone says that Adam Aaron can actually raise, with the amount of shares that he has, he can raise roughly $7 billion, pay down to $5 billion, and have $1 to $2 billion left over in the war chest with being debt-free company. And I was like, but the numbers they put out is obviously it's ridiculous. But what do you have to say to everybody out there knowing that Adam Aaron is not going to pay down debt? Their whole play is to actually have debt. What do you say about that?
Let's talk about like three things there. Okay. First off, that's not how the stock market works. If you're going to sell your shares to people at a price, it will then in turn dilute the value of the shares you're selling. So unless someone's going to come through and buy all the shares at one lump sum, i.e. buy the company, it's not possible. That's not the way math works, and that's not the way the market works. That is the first thing. It's nonsense. Next, him paying off debt, just the idea of paying off debt. It's not in the playbook. That's the problem. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. He had $2 billion. He had $2 billion, and they didn't pay off their debt. They restructured, they swang, and they enriched themselves, the insiders. He could have done this a whole different way, but he didn't do that. He decided to buy more theaters, bury himself even further, leverage himself even further to the short, and to a cash burn that you can't control. There's no way. If I give you cash, and he says in the earnings report, he literally said, I will buy new movie theaters, new movie screens, and install some ACs. Nowhere in there did he say he was going to service debt. It's not part of it. And I'll tell you why you don't service the debt. There's two reasons why you don't service debt on a leveraged company like this. One, if you were to pay off the debt, and this is what people don't know, there is a make-whole premium charge. That means that when you pay off the debt completely, they actually charge you additional interest. That means the dollar amount you're looking for, you need even more than. So you'd be paying extra if you were to pay it off early.
So it's like that. It's not like a car loan where you have X amount of interest or you pay it off. You actually save that. This is like if you actually pay it off, you're going to get penalized.
Senior notes get their percentage. They get their points. Period. There's no paying down the principal. No. And you know when they go out there and they go, oh well, we restructured the debt.
Right.
Yeah. For how many points? And for how long are you stretched out? Because it happens again. It's like it's resetting a credit card. I can keep making a payment on this credit card, and you know what the credit card does? Oh, you're making those payments. We're going to increase your limit. Yeah. I'll let you know what happens there. So the scariest part for me is people think that they have to service debt or that they have to pay it off, and they don't. That will get paid off in bankruptcy. In bankruptcy, senior notes will get settled, and the categories as you go down, if you look at Bed Bath & Beyond's a perfect example, the security holders will be deleted. They'll be terminated. You will not get any type of severance. So they're not going to get a single dollar for these shares. So for the guys who say they're going to write it to zero, well, welcome to it, because zero's coming. And I know it's not coming tomorrow. I get it. You guys are, movies are forever. I get that too. AMC's forever. I get that 3. But you're not. Equity shareholders are not forever. And your shares will be delisted. You will get devalued. You will get out of here. And it's going to happen, dude. It's going to happen faster than people think. From now in the next 3 years, you will see a complete change of the industry and this company, even in the shadow of what it is. 3 years, Mike. I guarantee it. I put my son's life on it. 3 years. There is nothing you can do about the $3 billion. They made $8 million this quarter. 3 months, $8 million. How do you pay $3 billion? You're going to share. You're going to do it through a share offering. I'd really like to know who's going to buy your mistake.
Right.
Nobody. That's it. It's really easy.
No, it's like there's a lot of people. I only see in the comments right now. A lot of people are talking about Fidelity. Something's wrong with Fidelity, and you see they're actually setting up. So their AMC's going to run. Let me ask you this, man.
They're going to run their mouth. They're going to. That's about it.